Hi everyone, my name is Alfa Zachariasson and I'm a traffic planner in Eskilstuna municipality located in Sweden. And we are, as Mario said and Philip said, one of two municipalities included in the CITWIN project. And first, I'll give a short introduction to Eskilstuna. The municipality is located in the Mälardalen region in Sweden. It's about 100 kilometers west of Stockholm. And we are in a very profitable location for company logistics. And one of the biggest themes of the municipality right now is focusing on how to attract medium and small enterprises. And some highlights from my strategic planning department at the moment is that we have a strategic development plan for the central city, as well as the vision plan for the riverfront, known as Vision för Årummet. And also what's maybe most relevant for us is our sustainable urban mobility plan, which unfortunately is temporarily on hold because of the upcoming municipal elections in September. We have approximately 107,000 inhabitants, and we are currently experiencing a slight demographic decline. And the municipality covers around 1,100 square kilometers, with Eskilstuna as the main urban center. And then we also have Torshälla and the north as the smaller one. We've consistently actually ranked high among Swedish municipalities in terms of climate action, which is something the municipality is very proud of. However, as in many cities, mobility remains a politically sensitive issue. The car is very much strongly associated with the comfort and status, which makes this transition towards more sustainable modes quite challenging for us. Today, car travel dominates our daily mobility. In fact, 71% of all trips in Eskilstuna are made by car, while just 29% are made by walking, cycling, or public transport. And this, of course, has a huge impact on our emissions. Passenger transport accounts for 67% of all transport-related emissions in Eskilstuna, and traffic as a whole makes up 44% of Sweden's total climate impacting emissions. And what we can also see in the surveys, specifically taken in Eskilstuna, we can see some tendencies that the residents' attitudes towards sustainable traveling options are not as positive as the mean in Sweden, which also confirms what Mario also said, that a big part of moving to a more sustainable transport system is connected to mobility management and behaviors and attitudes. And here's a little bit to understand the more geographical context. We have a very, very large municipality, but a lot of the population is concentrated to the urban area, and especially in Eskilstuna, which means that we actually have really good preconditions to work towards a 15-minute city. And we have around 64% of the residents live in areas where cycling to the central city in Eskilstuna takes about the same time as driving with your car. And this is roughly within a 5-kilometer radius. Moreover, 60% of the population already live in areas with good or very good access to sustainable transport modes like cycling, walking, and public transport. So the potential is there. The challenge is changing routines and attitudes, and perhaps not mainly about the infrastructure, but behavior, habits, and perceptions. So our long-term goal is clear. By 2040, we want 1 in 5 car trips to be replaced by walking, cycling, and or public transport, which means that we have to shift from today's 70% car share to a 40% car share. The rest, 60%, should come from more sustainable modes. But this isn't just about, it's more than also just transport behavior. We have to ensure the accessibility for everyone in a time and energy efficient, climate neutral, and also health promoting way. So this also ties directly to Eskilstuna's broader climate goals. And this is ambitious. 2040 is coming sooner than we think, but mobility, as we see it, is one of the key levers to make it happen. In CITWIN, Eskilstuna is also highly focused on cycling. And these are some of the goals within the municipality that also ties directly into the idea of active mobility and the 15-minute city. We want to work towards a coherent, safe, and direct cycling network. We want to separate pedestrian and bicycle routes. We want to encourage more people to cycle and highlight the role of cycling in the urban planning process. And this is also where CITWIN does a great deal for us. Through our collaboration with KTH and the other partners, the goal is to support Eskilstuna in increasing biking through data, simulations, and digital tools. However, we are focusing very much on the human-centric part of the 15-minute city, I would say. And one of the key focus areas for us is the development of a supercycle highway between Eskilstuna and Torshälla, creating a fast, safe, and attractive route. It's also pointed out here in the map. KTH, which is the Technical University of Stockholm, is using MatSim, which is a simulation platform to test how different planning scenarios in Eskilstuna can influence the travel behaviors and emissions, which for us obviously is extremely interesting when it comes to our overarching goals to see how we can actually use digital tools and frameworks to communicate, talk to politicians, and also see the effects of what we're working towards. And that said, our municipality with our size, we have some insights that also I would say have been uncovered during this CITWIN project. And that is that our organization's digital maturity is still developing. And the digital twin concept remains somewhat abstract for municipal planners. And this is a great way for us to be part of CITWIN and to actually raise that awareness. And then we also face the usual limits on time and resources. And there's also been some change in personnel in the project, which also sometimes changes the course. But I would say that CITWIN helps us to explore how digitalization and simulation can bridge the gap between research and practice, which makes it easier for planners and decision makers in our municipality to visualize future outcomes and impacts of focusing on cycling and active mobility. And the final slide, I think I have one more perhaps, is stakeholder engagement for us is a absolute key component to the CITWIN project. We've worked with decision makers within the municipality through interviews in collaboration with KTH to understand what barriers and opportunities for sustainable mobility we have. We've also done one living lab workshop with everyday cyclists traveling between Eskilstuna and Torshälla, where we pointed out the super cycle highway, and that allowed us to gather insights directly from the users of this infrastructure about what motivates and discourages cycling. Then we also have a third engagement forum that we haven't conducted yet, which is connecting the 15-minute city to focusing on the youth cycling of Eskilstuna municipality. So we want to explore how younger generations experience and navigate the city, specifically how they experience the accessibility biking to and from their after school activities. So these activities bring a human perspective into the work and research of the CITWIN project, and also at the same time helping us as a municipality to increase our digital literacy. And so just to sum up, I would say Eskilstuna, we're in a transition phase. We have very strong car focus and a lot is about attitudes and behaviors. We have a very strong climate commitment, which stands out to the rest of municipalities, which makes it also easier for us to sort of work with these projects like CITWIN. And through the CITWIN project and the collaboration with the research partners, we're also increasing our digital matureness and learning how to combine the data and participation and innovation to make this shift that we need to go through a reality. And that was all from Eskilstuna.